What up, people? I'm live. All right, so I don't know if you've seen that countdown because I didn't even see that countdown on your pop up, but we are live right now. So let's make sure we are live. Let me click into my live and see. I come on hear anything.
All
Hold
right,
on.
so
Yeah, we live.
I don't know if you've seen that countdown because I didn't even
We
see
are
that.
live. We are live. We are live. All right, so let's make sure everything is good. All right, let's make sure everything is good. Let's make sure everything is good. Oh, I sound too loud. All right, so everything is good. You can hear me, right?
Yes.
All right. All right, let's see. All right, let's make sure. Hopefully, when I click into my live, it's not playing. Okay, yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that countdown. I didn't even see that.
All right, we live. All right, so I would like to welcome everyone to EVON TV. I am your host, John, creator of EVON Magazine and 5 other magazines that I just don't want to feel like naming right now. And today, my guest is Carolyn. How are you doing?
I'm great.
All right. Let's make sure nobody texts me while I'm on live because somebody's going to text me. All right, so where are you from?
From Chesapeake, Virginia.
What'd you say?
I'm from Chesapeake, Virginia.
How old are you?
19.
How tall are you?
5'8".
Oh, you tall.
Yes.
You don't look that tall on Instagram. Let me go back and let's go back. You don't look that tall. Then again, it's hard to tell, all depending on who took the photo or the angle. Well, I guess you do look that tall. Okay. Okay. How long have you been modeling?
Since January of this year. So a year.
You haven't done any fashion shows, right?
No.
Only shoots?
Yes.
Is fashion show something that you wanted to do?
Yes.
Can you walk in heels?
Yes. I practice walking a lot. Practice my walk.
What made you get into modeling, or what made you want to model?
Well, to be honest, a lot of people used to tell me to model a lot. And it was always something like, like who doesn't really want to be a model? So it was always something like, of course I wanted to model, but I never just thought like I could model. So then just got into modeling. And I like modeling. It's actually something that I really do like to do.
How did you get into it? Like, how did you get your first shoot?
Well, I had so I did one shoot like last year of April, but I never count that shoot because I didn't know what I was doing. And it was just like my friend had a photo shoot and I just came with her and I was just taking pictures. So then after that shoot, I was like, oh, this is something I want to do for me. So I like started practicing, taking pictures and stuff. And then I just hit a photographer and asked to work with her. And I've been doing that ever since, just trying to build a portfolio.
What's your favorite thing about modeling?
My favorite thing about modeling is when you take pictures and like the confidence level, like getting dressed up and stuff. I like the confidence part of modeling. That makes
And
sense.
what's the worst thing about modeling so far?
I think just the type of different photographers you could work with, like, because not everybody is on the same page you're on. So just meet people like, I don't know, it's like some out there, and then there's some people out there who are just kind of really difficult. So I think just the people, really.
I know I asked you before we went live, but you said you did to around 15 shoots.
Yeah, I say 15, maybe 20.
Are you paying for them or are they free?
Well, right now I'm just doing free ones, but every once in a while I'll pay a really good photographer just so I get really good pictures. Because sometimes you don't get the best quality pictures if you don't pay. When you're starting out, of course. Just building up portfolio.
So what has been the easiest thing for you so far, modeling wise?
The easiest thing I think is probably just like the photo shoot itself, like just set the photo shoots. It's kind of easy to find photographers to work with, and it's easy to like take pictures and stuff. Just, take pictures kind of easy.
I have no idea why I had my. I know my camera just got close. Hold on a second.
Okay.
This is the bad part about going live. Jesus. I hope I'm in focus. Yeah, I'm in focus. Okay, my bad. What's been the hardest part? Like, what's your difficulty that you having so far, modeling wise?
I would say my difficulty is with me, like I was telling you earlier, like posing my face. Just like the quality of the picture, posing my face, getting a good concept, getting a good photographer. That would be the hardest part.
You don't have nobody. You don't have anybody helping you.
Not really. I mean, I plan the photo shoots myself. I get the photographer myself, but my parents support me, but they don't really help me.
You get your photographers from Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. So, when's the last time you did a shoot?
The last shoot I did it probably a month ago. It's probably been 1 month since I did a photo shoot.
I know you say you got 2 pages, right?
Yes.
Do you want to say your page? You want to say your modeling page live?
Yes.
All right. What is it? I'm gonna go check it out.
Caroline, the model with 2 L's.
The is THE. Oh yeah, I see it.
Yes.
Oh, see, I didn't. So, I didn't meet you on this page, but I definitely didn't know you already started modeling already. Now I can see your height. So what I'm going to do is, if you don't mind, I'm actually going to pop up your Instagram onto the stream.
Okay.
All right, so let's see. I'm gonna pop it up so the people that's watching can actually see your photos. All right, so let's see. right, let's copy that. Create me a new one. I don't know why my mic gain keeps jumping up like that. All right, let's see. You got a tennis shoot photo. It looked like a tennis shoot photo.
Yes.
Was that your last shoot?
Oh no, my last shoot. I don't know if I actually put it on my No, I haven't put it on my on that page yet. My last photo shoot, I had style do my makeup. It was like blue lights and everything. But up here.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop it up on the stream. And what I'm about to do is I'm gonna take us both out the stream. I'm gonna pop your Instagram full size into where am I at? I'm gonna pop your Instagram full size into the screen. I'm gonna stroll it, I'm gonna click a few photos, and then I'm gonna bring us back into the stream.
All right.
All right. All right, we back live. Well, we've been live, but we back into the stream. All right, so I know you say you was you trying to build a portfolio, right? All right, now you can hear me. Or now I can hear you. You say you was trying to build a portfolio, right?
Yes, I am.
All right, so do you know what kind of modeling you do?
What kind of modeling I do right now?
Yeah. If somebody was to ask you what kind of modeling do you do or what kind of model you are, would you know how to answer?
Yeah, I would tell them commercial and fashion photography. That's what I consider it.
All right, so we have a comment from a model slash makeup artist from the city or from my city. She said she's dope.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So you say you would categorize it as what?
I categorize it as fashion and commercial. That's what I would tell them.
You ever thought about trying to apply to a modeling agency?
Yes, I have. The only thing I want to do is take my comp card pictures.
You said that's the only thing you got to do?
Yeah, that's the only thing next I plan to do.
So you haven't applied to any agencies?
No, I have applied to some, and I'm actually a part of one, but they more like acting jobs. So that's not really like.
It's a talent agency.
Yes, more of a talent agency. It's not really modeling.
Yeah. I don't know if a lot of models know the difference between agencies like Ford and Wilhelmina, like the big guys, and then talent agencies. It is a difference.
Yeah.
Majority of models fit in the talent agency. They don't necessarily fit in the actual modeling agency, but because majority of models are commercial models. What about your portfolio? Do you have a online or digital portfolio?
No, not yet. I haven't put it together yet.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a site that you can go to. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pop this site up into the stream. I don't know why I've never. Let me pop this site up into the stream. So it's a site where you could literally, instead of paying somebody hundreds of dollars to build you a site,
Yeah.
you can build your own.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it's less than $14 a month. The thing with models and model in general is models think they need models think that they need this pretty big site. You only need a site for your contact and booking. You only need a site to place your contact, your booking, your social media, your photos, and the about section. It don't have to be how pretty your site is. It don't have to be how big your site is. You only need about 5 pages or 5 links, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to pay nobody hundreds of dollars to build you a site. You just need a link. You just need an online link where you can send people so that they can check out your portfolio. That can cost you under $200 a year.
Yeah, that's true.
If even that. Let me pop this up onto the. Let me pop this into the stream right quick, so I can show you. All right, so the name of this site is Portfolio Box. I used to make websites for models, like probably about a year and a half. Yeah, last year summer, I was making websites for models. I was using this website. Then it just got to a point where it's like, you know what? Let me start taking people's money, and I just tell them how to do it themselves. Is there a better way I could show this? All right, give me a second. There's not a better way I could show this. Nope. So there's definitely not a better way I could show this. So this site, matter of fact, I'm gonna take us both out the stream. Okay.
Okay.
Now I can still hear you once I take you out. I don't know if the people that's watching can hear you, but I can still hear you. So we're gonna try this. If you're watching this back while we're actually on live, you hear me talk about this. So I'm gonna take you out. I'm gonna keep myself in, but I'm gonna take you out. And I'm gonna explain this site. Okay.
Alrighty.
All right. All right. So for every model, for everybody that's watching, this website is called Portfolio Box. Right? You do not have to pay somebody hundreds of dollars to build you a website when, as a model, as a makeup artist, you can build your own and save your money. So instead of spending hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars to pay somebody to build your site, learn to do it on your own. Matter of fact, for everybody that's watching this on Facebook, I will have this I'll have this tagged in the link of this live. But it's really simple. This site is it's templates. So you don't have to worry about having to know how to build a site. It's templates. All it is drag and drop. So you drag and drop your images. You delete text and put your own text. The best thing about this site that I like is the price. So let me see if I can find the price. Let's see if I can find the price. This is how much it is per month. 90 cents a month for all this information that's right here to the left. Almost $8 a month for all this information that's in the middle. And almost $15 a month for all this information right here on the right. Now, majority of the time, this light, where it's 90 cents a month, that's perfectly fine. You get 100 images, you get 10 pages, you get 10 client gallery images, and you get 10 products. As a model, you only need 5 pages. Once again, you need a page that shows your photos, which is portfolio. You need an about section, contact, booking, and social media. You do not need a site, a big, huge site, just to send somebody a link to check out your portfolio. Nobody cares exactly how pretty your site is. If you don't want to pay for a website, you can also build an online portfolio using Google Drive and using Dropbox. That's free. Because all you're doing is showing people your portfolio. All right, so let me bring her back into the stream. All right, so matter of fact, I know I told you when you watch this back to mute it, so you probably didn't hear nothing I just said.
No, I heard it.
Okay, so you were able to hear me. Okay, good. All right, so could you say the site?
I told you when you watch this back.
My bad.
Mute it.
My bad.
Probably didn't hear nothing.
Why is that playing?
No, I heard it.
Okay, so you were.
All right, so Paul just asked me, could you say this? Could you say the site again? I missed it, John. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put the site in the comment section of this live. So it's www.portfoliobox.net. So www.portfoliobox.net. Let's make sure it pops up in the comment section. And it is in the comment section for everybody that's watching this on Facebook. Yeah, so you don't have to sit around. I'm not gonna say sit around, but you don't have to pay anybody hundreds of dollars to build your site when you can literally just drag and drop and just place your own stuff. It's already bad enough that as models, majority of the time, you don't have the money to even be paying for your shoots. So you definitely not gonna have the money to be paying for nobody to build your website. Like I was saying, you always can have a portfolio using Google Drive and using Dropbox. But for people that want something that's a little bit more professional, use portfoliobox.net. And when it comes to your physical portfolio, you know what that is, right? When you get your photos printed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you know how the aspects of a portfolio goes?
No, I can't say I do.
All right, so where's my portfolio? I don't feel like getting up, but the portfolio itself is obviously it's the binder, right? The actual binder. The images that's in your portfolio at the time where you need to show somebody your portfolio is images that goes with the occasion, right? So let's say you're trying to get into acting. You need to take out all the photos out of your portfolio and replace them with photos that fit the occasion of acting.
Yeah.
Or if you go into a fashion show and you want them to see You want them to see what you can do. Then you take all the images out and you replace all the images with the images that you have of photos that fit that casting call for that fashion show. You know, if you want to take your portfolio to a photo shoot with you and you want to show the photographer what you can do, take out all the photos that you have and put your best versatile photos inside of that binder.
Yeah.
So the portfolio itself is the binder, but the images that you have in it during the time that you need to show somebody your actual physical portfolio is what goes inside of the binder. Your portfolio, when you show somebody it, like if you're going acting, you don't want just a bunch of random photos in your portfolio. You want only photos that fit that acting casting or anything that has to do with that. And I don't know if a lot of models know that. I think a lot of models just think a portfolio is just a book of just random photos. That's not what the binder. That's not what a portfolio is. That's what it is, but it's not. How do I say that? That's what a portfolio is, but that's also what it's not. You always got to make sure the photos that's in your actual portfolio at that time that you need to show somebody goes with that occasion. So if you do nude shoots and you do stuff like that, if you're going to a casting for actors, you don't have nude photos in that binder when you take it with you. It's typically a lot of headshots, a lot of photos that's showing expressions and stuff like that. If you're going to a casting call, a lot of fashion stuff, a lot of stuff for you modeling somebody's clothes or something like that. If you want to go and show your portfolio to a photographer, then you can kind of, I guess you can have a mixture of different stuff in it. But you never want to go to an acting casting with photos in it that don't fit that. And I don't know if models know that because typically nobody tells you that. You know, a lot of stuff you learn as you go along.
Yeah.
That's why I think a lot of models, they're like lost. They feel like they're lost. Because it's not typically too many people that's telling models this. We have a comment from BH Studios, who is a photographer from Florida. He said, "Hello, John and Carolyn. Let's see. Oh, so you also was telling me that you was having difficulties with facial expressions.
Yes, I do.
All right. So you ever thought about having a model coach or somebody to coach you?
Yeah, I do. I just never found one. Cause I mean, I don't really know is a modeling coach. Like, what exactly would they help you with?
Okay. Jesus, this is gonna sound so bad when I say this. What does a modeling coach do? So let's say, for example, you want to start getting into fashion shows, right?
Yeah.
You'll probably want a model coach that's gonna help you with the runway walking, the posing, they tell models that when you walk in the runway to look straight ahead, right? So almost find something that's in front of you where it's nothing. So let's say you walk in the runway, you might have a DJ. Let me get into this camera. Let's say you walk in the runway, right? There might be a DJ over here, might be some lights over there, or whatever. Stare at something that's not going to distract you. So usually people stare at, I don't know, a blank background, or they might stare at the actual light. Model coaches help with stuff like that, at least when it comes to fashion shows and stuff, and that type of stuff. Hold on, what did he say? Let's say you need a model coach when it comes to a photo shoot. They typically help with the posing, the face expression, the body language, the energy. You might have like flyaway hair. They might catch it. You know, your shirt might be crooked. They'll catch that. But typically, a majority of the time, to help them with the poses, the face expressions, the body language, stuff like that. So, do you need a model coach? No.
Oh, I thought
Do you? Is it okay to have one? Yes, but you don't need one. Hold on, what it says. BH said I can add to your statement as well. So yeah, you don't need a model coach, but it doesn't hurt to actually have one. It's like having a stylist to your photo shoot. You don't need a stylist. You don't need nobody to sit there and get clothes for you and to fit you for clothes for your shoots. But if you have one, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, it helps.
It can be helpful, especially because I know a lot of photographers say a lot of models don't know how to dress themselves for a photo shoot.
Yeah.
Which I think it might be true. So it doesn't hurt to have a stylist. But you don't need a stylist. But when it comes to face expressions, I think the best way to do it is to literally sit or stand in the mirror and just practice.
Yeah.
I tell models to get on Instagram and follow photographers and models that they like and that they want to be like. And that way you'll be able to constantly see what they do, which will help you shape your own modeling. So instead of, you say something?
Oh no, I was just saying fact.
Oh. Yeah, so instead of following a bunch of celebrities, well, you got 2 pages, but instead of, if let's say you have 1 page, instead of following a bunch of celebrities and just comedians and girls who are just girls who just have a lot of Instagram followers,
Yeah.
try to follow people that do what you do, because it'll help you believe in what you can do because you're constantly seeing it.
Yeah.
I know a lot of this stuff. It does take years to find out exactly what kind of model you want to be. Obviously, however you get into modeling is typically not how you finish it. So if you got in doing the sexy stuff, a couple years from down the road, you might not still be doing that. So I always tell models it's always good to have some kind of plan with what you want to do instead of just getting into it, because you don't want to be lost. You don't want to be modeling 4 or 5 years and still trying to figure out why you haven't gotten where you want to go or you haven't got paid, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not fun just to be modeling, just to be posting photos.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's going to pay you as a model unless you ask.
Yeah, that's true.
And I know people say typically they say you need a portfolio to get paid. Majority of models don't have a portfolio, and it's still girls who get paid. They don't have a physical or digital or online portfolio, and they're still getting paid.
Yep.
But nobody's gonna pay you if you don't ask.
Yep.
So anytime a photographer hits you up, they're not going to say, "Oh, how much is it to shoot you?" They go majority of the time want to shoot you for free.
Yeah.
Hopefully, any of my photographer friends that's watching, y'all don't take that. Y'all don't take that left. So yeah, whatever you feel like, whatever you questions you have, feel free to ask.
Okay, I do have one question. So, what do you think, like, if you were like me in my position, what do you think would be the best way to, like get to the top, like with
To
my,
get to the top,
yeah, like what would be the best way to be the best type of model I could be? Like, what should I do?
okay. This is gonna sound is usually what, be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Do whatever form of modeling fits you. So you're tall. Let's say you was 5 feet, right?
Yeah.
You had dreams of being a high fashion model.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna sound bad, but it's a very high chance that it's going to be impossible.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell models, do what you naturally can do. So, for example, if you're short and you got dreams of being a high fashion model, which is typically 5'9" and up, and thin or slender, and you're not that tall, you're not that slender, but you're fighting a difficult battle. I know everybody got this thing where it's like, oh, I want to break the rules, I want to break out.
Yeah.
The modeling industry has had these rules set in place for a long time. It's very hard to break the standard of you got to be a certain height and a certain body type to be a high fashion model. It's hard to break that. It's almost impossible to break that. But if you putting your all into doing that, you go have a tough battle. I always just tell models to do what you naturally can do. Try to do modeling that fits your personality. So, let's say for example, you one of the models who is into self-expression and nudity and just being free. Then do that type of modeling. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, you shouldn't be naked in your photo. You should respect yourself, or you're beautiful. You should put some clothes on. Do what you want. That's what I tell people. Do absolutely what you want. If you're tall and you're slender and you're more comfortable with the fashion stuff, and you got somebody telling you, oh, you should do nude. If you're not comfortable with doing that, don't do it.
Yeah.
Do what you naturally can do and do what fits you as a person, because it's just gonna make it a lot easier. It's gonna make the journey and just you being patient way more easier if you just do it that way. Because you can always have people tell you that you should do something. If it doesn't fit you as a person, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously it's a patience game. So you may see a model who started when you started, and you feel like, oh, she's taking off. Everybody's different. Everybody looks different. Everybody has different followers on social media, different supporters. It's a patience game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a patience game. Try not to put a time limit or a time period on your modeling. So let's say, try not to be like, oh, next year, next summer, I want to be the best model in the world, or something like that. Be patient. Always be patient. It doesn't matter how many shoots you do. Just because you do a lot of shoots don't make you better than somebody who don't do that many shoots.
Yeah.
I know girls who do shoots every weekend. Then I know a model specifically who does probably 1 to 2 shoots a month. The girl that does shoots every weekend thinks she's better than the girl who does them twice a month. But the girl who does them twice a month, the quality of her photos is 10 times better. As a model, people go judge you off of how you look.
Yeah.
It don't matter how many shoots you're doing. It's what you're putting out. I am a believer in putting out a lot of stuff, because the only way that you can learn what people want from you is by putting out a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But as a model, you're gonna still get judged off of how you look. So that's why you always gotta take care of your natural self. So your hair, your eyes, your teeth, your skin. I tell models, work out. It's okay to work out. You don't have to work out to be looking like a bodybuilder. She'll be right back. I think she left. Yeah, she left. She'll be back. So let's see who is in the comment section. BH, what's up? I know I didn't say what's up to nobody that joined. My bad. My bad. My bad. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it a few minutes. And if she don't come back, then I'm gonna get on to the next live that I have. Isis, what's up? You know, Isis, I totally forgot I was supposed to text you after our live. My bad. As soon as I get off, I'm gonna make sure I text you. All right, and Carol Lynn is back. I forgot what I was saying.
Me too.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, doing a whole lot of shoots don't make you better than somebody who don't.
Yeah.
You do have to do a lot of shoots in general to find out what kind of model you want to be, and what fits you, and what people want to see from you. But you can't judge you doing more or less than the next model, and if that makes you better, that's not what matters. Even if your social media tells you, "Oh, you're killing it, you the best," whatever. Majority of the people that's on our social media who comment about modeling don't necessarily know modeling. A lot of times they just like you and they like the photo.
Mm-hmm.
The best way to get a what is the word? An ideal of where you stand is from your peers. It's from people that's higher than you. In general, it's not always from the people that typically comment on our Facebook and our Instagram photos. It's not always them. The worst thing to do is to be pretty and to dress nice for a shoot, because eventually you gonna run into a photographer where he don't care how you look, he don't care how good you look, he don't care about how your body look. Only thing that matters is, can you execute?
Yeah.
If they're paying you for a shoot, can you deliver? It don't matter. It at the beginning, it probably do matter how cute you are and how your body look. But as you start to grow and you start to level up, you go run into a photographer or photographers that's going to literally judge you off of your skill, not how you look. As a model, you can get a lot of stuff for free, and you get a lot of opportunities just by having a good personality. I know models who are dope, like they're excellent, but the personality is lacking.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of people that's just, yeah, you take a good photo, but you're dry. It's not fun to shoot with you. And then I know models who was just bubbly. They communicate. They're not the best posers. They don't know how to display expressions all the time. But just having a good personality and just being fun, that photographer shoots them over and over again. So it's like, whatever your weaknesses may be. So if you may be shy and you may not be that engaging at your shoots, but you can pose and you can like kill a face expression, that's good. But your personality in general, my opinion, I mean, I could be wrong, will get you a way further. Obviously, like I was saying, it's patience. It's a patience game.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a growth. Every year, try to be better. When you do your shoots, try to ask the photographer what you can improve on.
Yeah.
If you know what your weaknesses are, practice it. If you know you got a photo shoot, big one. If you know you got a photo shoot coming up tomorrow, do not go out the night before. If you know you finna go out, get wasted, and possibly not wake up on time or wake up ready. Because at the end of the day, even though you may not be getting paid for your modeling, you still want to treat it the same way. Get into that habit of treating it the same whether you're getting paid or not.
Okay.
You know, if somebody tells you your photo shoot is at 3 o'clock, don't walk in at 3. Be ready to shoot at 3.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I've seen a photographer from my city let a model come in 2 minutes past the shoot time, right?
Yeah.
He let her go in the bathroom and get dressed. She was on the phone and everything. She came out the bathroom on the phone. He let her get on the backdrop, finish her phone call, take her selfies. He pointed a camera at her and he asked her, "Are you ready?" She said yes. He got the settings, you know, he was shooting her, get the settings right.
Mm-hmm.
He asked her, "Are you ready now?" She said, "Yeah." He said, "All right, cool, go home." And she didn't know why.
Mm-hmm.
He told her, if you were assigned to a modeling agency, you wouldn't have came into my studio doing that.
Yeah.
You know, if your shoot is at this time, that don't mean walk through the door at that time. That means be on that backdrop at the time. Like, try to get into those good habits, because those bad habits can kill you. It can hurt. You know, I know you've been modeling for a year, but I don't know if you do this, but I know one of the things that annoys photographers is they're shooting you and then they may need to like change the light or something like that, or switch cameras. And the first thing that the model does is get off the backdrop and go grab her phone.
Okay.
Don't do that. It's like when you go to a shoot, whether it's paid or not, whether you pay for it or you're getting paid, treat it like a job. Because all it's going to do is just help build up that consistency of a good habit. And I see a lot of models who, in between a photographer changing his lens or changing the light setup, they walk right off the backdrop, go grab their phone and start texting or doing Snapchat. And the photographer is sitting there waiting for you to come back. Some photographers, they're not going to say nothing. But that's a bad habit, because when somebody pay you for a shoot and you do that, you will never get paid again.
Yeah.
It's just those small little bad habits. Hold on. BH wrote a comment, a long comment. I think if I pop this comment up on the screen, it ain't even gonna be able to fill all of it. But I'm gonna pop up what I can pop up. It says, depending on the fashion show that she walks in, she might have to engage the crowd. This is cause boutique walk, sell the clothes to the crowd to make them want to buy. To add, BH, I know we on live, but I don't know what you're trying to say. To add to the finding a spot on the runway, I would either try securing a bag or imagine a dude that you want to take home at the end of the night with you as a great idea. Shout out to Isis for watching. Yeah, so those little small habits hurt, especially the showing up late aspect. It's nobody else's job to show up. Well, everybody should show up on time, obviously, but everybody else can show up late and be a little bit criticized. But as a model, you show up late, oh, it's a big deal.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Models are, my opinion, and I've been saying this for years, models are typically, let's say you got a photographer, a makeup artist, a stylist, a model coach. Let's say you got a photographer, a model, a stylist, a makeup artist, and a model.
Mm-hmm.
It's a possibility that all 4 people it's a possibility that all 4 of those people either got paid or they're about to make money off of that photo shoot. And it's a lot less likely that the model did not get paid, or it's a lot more likely that the model did not get paid, and the model is going to post some photos and not know how to make no money from it. This is the reason why I say this. Let's say I'm a makeup artist, right?
Right.
If you're not going to pay me to do your makeup, I'm going to do your makeup. I'm going to get the photos. I'm going to post the photos, and I'm going to use those photos to get me bookings. Let's say I'm a photographer and I shoot you for free. Even though you didn't pay me for that, if I'm a good photographer, I can post your photo. I can kill your edits, post them, and got 3 girls in my inbox asking me how much is the book a shoot. Same thing with the stylist. Who else did I say? Same thing with the model coach. A model coach can say, oh, it's $25, $20 an hour for me to coach you at a shoot. Let's say they coach you for free. Once they get those photos back or that behind the scenes video, they're going to post that photo or that video and use that photo or that video to market themselves as a model coach so that they can get bookings. The only people that don't know how to do that typically is the model, because models will get their photos and the first thing they do is run to Facebook and Instagram and post the photos. And they let all the likes in the comments. What is the word for it? They let all the likes in the comments. What is the word? I'm really bad at words right now. They let all the likes in the comments boost them up. While everybody else just literally use those photos to market themselves or to promote themselves or their services to get them paid bookings or clients. The only thing that the model did was post those photos for the likes in the comments. I've been saying that for years. Photographers got mad at me. Makeup artists got mad at me. Model coaches got mad at me. But all I keep hearing models say is pay us, pay us, pay us. Well, for one, nobody's paying you because you're not asking, and then for two, nobody's paying you because you're rushing a photographer to edit your photos so you can post them to Instagram and Facebook, and just let the what is the word? And just letting the likes and the comments just boost you up.
Yeah.
Models have to start treating their modeling the very same way that everybody else treats it when they make you over or when they coach you for a shoot.
Thanks.
Now, how do models do it? It's a whole lot of ways. It's hard for me to give one pinpoint way on how a model can make money, but the model's range of making money is almost just as wide, if not wider, than the photographers. It's just hard for me to sit here to give certain ways because every model is different. Everything works different. But while everybody else is treating that shoot like business, the model's not. She's just treating it like, I want to post these photos so people can see what I'm doing and give me all my likes and my comments and my shares.
Yeah.
Those likes and those comments and those shares ain't getting it ain't getting you no bookings. If I was a photographer and I shot you for free and I post your photo and you post a photo and you give me credit, people go hit my inbox asking me how much is it for me to book it? How much is it for them to book a shoot? People are not going to inbox you saying that.
Yeah.
And that's why I was saying it's good to have some kind of direction and know what you want to do so that you're not modeling 4 or 5 years and trying to figure out why you ain't making no money. Because nobody's going to tell you that. I just don't know if that's going to come off so good, because every time I say this on live, I always get an inbox from somebody saying, why you say that? And it's always typically a photographer asking, why you say that? If you're not paying a model, you kind of don't, how do I say that? As a photographer or a makeup artist, if you're only doing a service because you're being paid, You got to understand it from everybody else's perspective. Don't ever let me be a photographer, right? I'm gonna shoot every model for free. Everybody that's watching this on Facebook, if I ever decide to be a photographer, I'm shooting every model for free. And I'm gonna use those models' photos to get me bookings everywhere else. If I'm not shooting models for free, I will pay up. If I was a photographer, I wouldn't have an issue with paying a model if she's good. I'm just not gonna be paying anybody because they want to be paid. No. But if she's good, and I know when I shoot her and post her photo, I'm about to get 5 bookings, I wouldn't have an issue with paying a model. Then again, I'm not a photographer, so I can't speak from a photographer's perspective. But a lot of times when a photographer shoot for free, this is gonna sound so bad on Facebook. A lot of times when a photographer is shooting for free, they can make money off of your photo. Anytime somebody who does makeup does your makeup for free, and they get a copy of your photos, or they take the little behind the scenes before and after of your face, they can get somebody to book them for a shoot. I mean, for makeup.
Yeah.
Models, on the other hand, post your photos. Ain't nobody hitting you up about booking you. They just liking, sharing your photo, commenting on it, hyping you up. And I had to check my Instagram. I mean, not my Instagram. I had to check my YouTube comments to see if anybody said anything. Yeah, so what's the moral of all that I just said? What is the moral of all that I just said? It's a long moral to that. I cannot think right now. All right, let me read these comments. It says, I agree with your statement about the shooting paying for the right model. Oh, another thing. Don't let somebody's Instagram following determine. Well, I can't say that. I was about to say don't let somebody's Instagram following determine let's say you see a photographer that got 3,000 followers, and it's a photographer that got 30,000 followers, and a photographer that got 300K.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he has 300K does not make him better than the photographer that has 3,000. Or just because a model has 150K does not make her better than the model that got 1,500. Don't let that follower count. What is the word? Don't let that follower count.
Fool you.
Oh, well, fool you is a good word, but it's another word for it. It's a different word for it. I can't think of the word. Now the main reason why I say that is because on my magazine Instagram, I'm at 10.2K followers, right?
Yeah.
It's a magazine where me and the owner, we're cool. We talk all the time. This man he got 83K followers. I sell more magazines than he does, even though he has 70,000 more followers than I do. Now, the reason why I know I sell more because me and him actually talk about it. But this thing that we doing right now, I only started doing this because of my magazine. I think I'm the only person that I know, because all of us people with independent magazines, we talk to each other. I'm the only person that I know that comes from behind my magazine into the front of the camera, and I actually talk to the models.
Yeah.
So they always tell me like, why am I able to sell so many magazines, even though I don't have 10.2K followers is a good number, but I'm able to sell 400 magazines a month. And I don't think it's from my follower count. I think it's from my engagement with people. Because I'm on Instagram all the time. I do personal training on the side. Even when I'm in the gym, training people, I'm replying back to DMs. It's been times where I was training somebody and I ran to the bathroom to make a video response to somebody's DM because I didn't feel like typing it.
Mm-hmm.
This thing that me and you are doing, I do this a lot. Like I don't always go private. I mean, I don't always go public with it, but I do this a lot. What is helped me do is build with the people who are in my magazine and the people who hit me up. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'm able to sell so many magazines. It's people who buy my magazines and they're not even in it. They just buy it because I sat and did this with them. It's people who promote my magazine or a magazine that they're not even in, and they only do that because of what me and you are doing. That's why I think I've been able to sell so many magazines, not having the same follower count as the people that's almost 10 times bigger than me. That's why it's like a person's follower count doesn't always dictate their level of success. Because I can imagine once I hit 70K, for my guy who's who got 83K followers, and I'm selling more magazines. I told him the same thing. I said, just stop talking to people like a magazine, talk to them like a person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because what that does is it lets other people know that you're kind of like human, you know.
Yeah.
It's photographers who hit me up about how to start a magazine, and I don't mind telling them at all. It's people who ask me how am I doing this whole little streaming thing. I don't mind telling nobody how to do it. It don't bother me at all. Because obviously when it comes to my magazine, I ain't got it all the way figured out. I don't always know what people want, but the only way I can know what people want is by talking to them. Instead of me just putting out magazines because I like them, I literally start putting out majority of the magazines that I put out, and this is gonna sound bad for everybody that's watching this. Majority of the magazines that I put out, I like my magazine, but I'm putting them out because that's what people actually want. It's a few of my magazines that I'm having an issue with. Like, I got a plus size magazine, which is not that easy to constantly put out, but I'm putting out what people want and not necessarily what I always like. I'm happy with it, but I completely understand I can't just keep putting out stuff that I like. If I'm trying to attract everybody to my magazine, I'm not trying to make everybody happy, but I have to do what majority of the people actually want to see. And I know they say that's how you're supposed to do your YouTube channel also. You don't make videos for yourself. You make videos for the people that's watching. And I know a lot of models, they believe if a photographer got 300K, he got to be better than the guy that got 3,000. And it's like, no, you don't. That photographer that got 3,000 might be the photographer to shoot you to get you signed. Photographer that got 300K might be the guy to shoot you and get you a whole lot of likes and comments. And just because somebody has 3K followers, don't even mean they gonna post you on their page. So it's like shooting with somebody that got that many followers and they don't post you. You just went to go shoot with them, hoping that they posted you, and they don't even post you.
Yeah.
So you really did shoot with somebody because of the following, and not because that's actually what you needed. So don't let that social media following thing fool you. Now, obviously, as a model, if you got a lot of followers, you're going to attract a lot more people. But it doesn't automatically just make you better than somebody else because you got 15,000 followers, and then the next model got 11 or 1,500. It doesn't make you just better. She might step in front of the camera and beat you when it comes to the posing and the face expressions. You might just beat her off of engagement and likes and comments and shares.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, your social media following does matter because I have yet to have any any fashion show invite me to their fashion show. But that guy that got 80K followers always get invited out to these fashion shows just to cover it.
Yeah.
So your following does matter, but it doesn't matter. How's your support system?
My support system is good. My parents support me 100%. But
You say your parents support you?
yes, they support me fully, which is good.
What else? What else is it? I know something that I wanted to talk about, but I can't think. You got any other questions?
Actually, I don't think I do.
You got a list, or are you reading something else?
No, I said I don't think I got any more questions.
Oh, I thought you said something else. I thought you were like reading off a list. I'm like, oh man.
No.
But I do want to say, I appreciate you
Thank you so much.
for this. Appreciate you. Also, if you do a photo shoot and you want the photos published,
Yeah.
let me know. And if it fits my magazine theme, I'll publish them.
Okay.
And I'll also mail you the magazine for free.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna have to remind me that I said this because everybody who I go live with, public or private, I always tell them this. So you got to remind me because it's starting to get to a point where I've been telling so many models that I forget.
Mm-hmm.
So if you happen to say, oh yeah, you told me you was gonna mail it. If anybody else was to tell me that I said that, I can easily just go back through my videos and see if I actually went live with her. But like, hey, I didn't go live with you. I didn't tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always tell people that live. But if you ever do a shoot, you want it published, and it fits the theme of my magazine, I'll publish it. I'll send it to you as a thank you for actually doing this live, because you didn't have to do this live.
Okay.
And if you want to do a live again, where it's actually like a actual chat and it's not me, it's not us talking about the stuff that we talking about, but we were more talking about your modeling and your journey and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
We can do that. So just let me know.
All right.
So other than that, thank you.
You're welcome.
If you end up having any other questions, you can always DM me.
Okay.
And I'll reply back to you. I'm always in my phone. So if I happen to reply back late, either I'm training or I'm asleep. Other than that, I typically reply back to stuff really fast.
Okay.
So whatever you're about to do for the rest of the night, enjoy yourself, be safe,
Thank you.
and thank you.
You're welcome.
And I will talk to you later.
Okay.
All right. So for everybody that's watching, or everybody that's still watching, any comments that I didn't get to, I'll reply back when I get off. Other than that, for everybody that's watching, have a good night. Be safe. Make sure you social distancing. Stay healthy.